Hey, this is our Truth Matters video for the first commandment. And we're calling these Truth Matters because that's what matters. When we're talking about confirmation, we're talking about Bible study and all that, it's about the truth. That's really, in life, what matters to us most. And so we're going to be doing these for all of the different parts of Luther's small catechism and be helpful to you, helpful hopefully to your family or even friends who might have questions about, what's faith all about. And again, the 10 Commandments, perfect example of something that often we misunderstand and we think it's just these demands that God makes and He's out to spoil our fun. But it's not. In fact, these were meant to remind us of who we are, right? That's part of it. And the other part of it, the other half of it, if you will, the other side of the coin, if you will, is who He is. Okay, because the people of God, when God first gave these 10 Commandments, they were heading into the Promised Land. And it was, the Promised Land had people in there that were not exactly church folks. They weren't exactly Christians. They weren't exactly people who loved God and served Him. They were really the opposite. They were hostile to God. They were against Him. They did everything pretty much against His word. And so God wanted them to know, this is who you are. Remember who you are and remember who I am. And He starts off at the very beginning by saying you should have no other gods. Because you're going to be surrounded by these people that have other gods, that don't serve Him. Now let me ask you a question. And I want you to just pause this for a minute and have a discussion maybe with your mom or your dad, or just really think and pray about this. Are there other gods today that you face? And what might those be? Okay, really search your soul and have just a really good discussion about what the other gods in this world might be. See you in a sec. All right, we're back. And what did you come up with? What other gods do you see, right? And somebody, we often think that they're these little statues or it's something, but it's anything that you think is the most important. It's that thing you go to. So it might be your phone. That might be your God. It might be an app on there. It might be the number of likes or followers you have on that particular app, right? I may have hit a nerve there. I think I probably did. Because for all of us, myself included, sometimes we live and we die by that, and we could say, look, that's having another God. That's saying my whole well-being and my very worth in life is based on that. Do people like me? Are they following me? Are they watching what I do? Are they enjoying it? Do they think I'm cool? Do they think I'm whatever it is? Money could be a god. Fame, popularity, you name it, it's all there. And it's trying to drag us and pull us away from God. And that's why this commandment is so important. We can say, no. He is God, the Lord who made me, who made everything. And we're going to talk about that in class, and you're going to read about that in the catechism and in your workbook here that you've got. He made everything. He created you. He created all of this. And that's who He is. And He says, look, nothing else is worth worshiping because nothing else can save you. Nothing else can give you life and continue to give you life and rescue you and be there when no one else is. That's God, and that's what He does. Now, each and every week, each and every commandment or part of the Lord's Prayer or any of that, we're always going to have a meaning, right, that Luther gave to it. And I love in the commandments what he says, and it's really helpful. He says, okay, so what does this mean that we should have no other gods? Well, he says we should fear, love, and trust in God above all things. So what do you worry about not liking you, right? What are you concerned with? What instills fear in you? If you were to lose it, perhaps, that might be a god. That you may need to shift your thinking on that. What do you love more than anything? Again, you just couldn't live without it. Well, again, it might be a god. And as I said earlier, it might be the thing that you trust in. And again, here's the thing. It's okay to trust in things. It's okay to trust in your parents. It's okay to trust in your judgment and all those other things, because all those things come from God ultimately. But ultimately, we trust in Him. We fear, we love, and we trust Him above everything. So this week, I want you to pray about that. here's where it all kind of ends. That God is the only one who is eternal. He's the only one that will never fail us. The only one who will always be there. And guess what? He is there for us. We don't have to conjure him up. We don't have to kind of earn his love or just hope that he cares. He does. In fact, that's where this gospel thing comes in, because this one who made everything and who says don't have other gods, it's because he's the one that saved us. The one that gave us Jesus, the one who bled and died on that cross so that we could have life. And so, as you go through your book, one of the things that I want you, the discussions I want you to have, is just what kind of priority is God to you? I want you to answer that honestly. I want you to have an honest discussion. Maybe with your mom, maybe with your dad, maybe with your brother or your sister, maybe with someone else that you really, really respect and that is also a person of faith. Say, hey, is God a priority, and what does that look like? And what might need to change in your life so that he wouldn't just be talked about as a priority, but actually would be your priority in all things. We'll see you next time for, I think we're doing the second and the third commandment. See you then.